Hello everybody, welcome to Woodzman Dual Sport Adventures. Been working on my bike today and I thought, well, it'd be a good day to do a tip on adjusting spokes. A lot of people are worried about adjusting spokes, about getting it, all mislined and warped or out of balance, but if you take care, do the procedures I show you should never have a problem. Just don't overdo it, that's the main thing. Several ways of doing it. I do it my way. I've done it on every bike I've ever owned, and it works out great. So just watch this tip, and I'll show you how to adjust your spokes. First thing I always do is I line it up and I find a starting point, which I always use a valve stem. Some bikes have a bead lock for the wheel. You can use that. This is not a bead lock. That's a plug for where you could put a bead lock on this wheel. Motocross bikes have a bead lock. Rim lock, whatever you're gonna call it. Okay, and but I use the valve stem as a starting point. So let's get started. I'll show you what to do. Okay, here's what I do. I always start at the spoke, and I have done it if I'm doing it quick before a ride or something. I'm just kind of worried. I might go through and just do every other one, but just a tiny bit, an eighth of a turn, and do every one around. Most of the time, the way I do it, I recommend, is to take each spoke. You don't have to have a spoke wrench. If you got a 6mm wrench for the Honda CRF250L anyway, works just fine. That's all it is. A spoke wrench is just a glorified wrench. It's got different sizes on it. Nothing to it, but a Craftsman, whatever you got, 6mm wrench works just as good. So I go through and I do a quarter turn. And then I skip 2 spokes, go to, that would be the 4th spoke. Quarter to 8th turn. Skip 2, quarter to 8, skip 2, quarter to an 8, depending on if it's, you'll go a quarter if it's a little looser, an 1/8 if it's a little bit snug. Okay, and just keep going until you went all the way around. And you get back here, you finish up. Okay, now, you start on the 2nd spoke. Okay, quarter to an 1/8. Okay, and you go the same way. You skip 2. Quarter to an 1/8, skip 2, just a little bit. Don't go cranking on them or you can bend the wheel. That's all there is to it. Skip 2, go all the way around till you get back to your starting point again. Okay, so now I've done this one. I start on the 3rd spoke. Do it, quarter to an 1/8, just a little bit. Skip 2, quarter to an 1/8, skip 2, and do that all the way around, and that's your tech tip. All you have to do is follow that procedure. They recommend doing it ever so often. Some people on motocross bikes, they do it every race before the race. I do mine, I just check them once a month. I don't do a lot of aggressive riding. If I went way off road, a lot of that kind of stuff, then I might check it after the ride before the next ride. But once a month on a street bike, I think is plenty. Depends on how much you ride. But that will ensure you a long life of your wheel, of your spokes so they get seated in. Especially a new bike, it's brand new, a few hundred miles. I think I done mine first one at spoke adjustment at 200 miles, and they was pretty loose. So if you got more miles than that and you haven't adjusted spokes, it's a good idea to do it. Just like I said. Quarter to 1/8 of a turn, skip 2. Do that all the way around, you go to the 2nd one, skip 2. All the way around, go to the 3rd one, skip 2. And once you get back around that time, you're done. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time on Woodzman Dual Sport Adventures. Thanks.